爸，我跟你说，你往这里走的。
我不走。
你走。
我不走。
After marriage, the adopted daughter moved into a luxurious mansion, yet she heartlessly abandoned her adoptive father in a pigsty. Now, after learning that his house was demolished and he received 1.76 million yuan in demolition compensation, she came back and knelt, begging to split half. After being refused by the adoptive father, she directly took him to court. Why did the once affectionate father and daughter end up confronting each other in court? What hidden reasons are behind this? The stooped old man, curled up in the corner, is Huang Tiangue, already nearly 70 years old. Due to poverty since childhood, he never married or had children. In order to ensure he had someone to rely on in old age, his mother adopted an abandoned baby girl for him when he was 40 years old, and named her Huang Qiong. Huang Tiangue liked this daughter very much. Although the family was poor, he still tried his best to let his daughter eat well and dress warmly, treating her as his own. The daughter was also very promising, always ranking at the top of her class. After she grew up, she was successfully admitted into university. Huang Tiangue was very happy, saying that even if he had to sell everything, he would raise his daughter to become accomplished.
是奶奶和爸爸一起把我养人大的。从小我们三个人一起生活，再穷再苦，他就要去拿钱回来给我读书。
A few years later, Huang Qiong graduated from university and also found a decent job. Just when the old man Huang Tiangue thought his suffering was coming to an end, the originally happy life came to a halt with the adopted daughter's marriage. After marriage, the daughter lived in the city and also had her own child. From then on, the number of times she returned home grew fewer and fewer, until she simply never came back. The old man Huang Tiangue just kept living in the old house in the countryside, a house that could not even shelter from the rain, with no one around for miles. Huang Tiangue told us, this place used to be his elder brother's pigsty. After his elder brother moved away, he gave this place to him, and he has already lived here for 2 years. During this time, the adopted daughter ignored him completely. What made him even angrier was that when his mother was dying, he called Huang Qiong and asked her to come home to see grandma one last time, but until grandma closed her eyes, Huang Qiong never came back. This behavior completely broke Huang Tiangue's heart. From then on, he never contacted his daughter again, and the estrangement between adoptive father and daughter grew deeper and deeper. Suddenly one day, the adopted daughter Huang Qiong learned from the neighbors that her adoptive father's old house had been demolished, and he received more than 1.7 million yuan in compensation. After hearing this, she could no longer sit still. She immediately called her adoptive father Huang Tiangue, but Huang Tiangue's attitude was very firm. He said he would never give his adopted daughter a single cent. Regarding the fact that her adoptive father did not tell her about the demolition, Huang Qiong was already very angry, and now with her adoptive father's attitude being so firm, Huang Qiong was even less able to accept it.
拆迁的时候我不知道，当时在南充，在我听院子那些人说的情况下哈，大部分都拆完了，一共整个院子人都搬完了。
Afterwards, Huang Qiong went to the demolition office to check the documents, and there, she saw the demolition compensation agreement. On it, it showed the demolition compensation was 1.76 million yuan, and the beneficiaries included 4 people, apart from herself and her adoptive father Huang Tiangue, also her daughter and her ex-husband Lu Tao. However, the signature on the demolition agreement was only from her father Huang Tiangue. Seeing her own name and her daughter's name on the demolition agreement, Huang Qiong became even more determined that she must take back the portion of the demolition money that belonged to her. She immediately went to her adoptive father Huang Tiangue to negotiate, but the father's answer left her shocked on the spot.
爸爸他跟我说的是要拿30万出来给他们，他们一人15万，我不准分。
The them her father referred to were Huang Tiangue's elder brother and younger brother. When Huang Qiong heard that her father wanted to divide the money to her elder uncle and younger uncle, she immediately filed a lawsuit and took her father to court. Huang Qiong suspected that the reason her father treated her coldly was all because the Huang family members were meddling in between.
他当时呢，就是希望这个等额的把这个拆迁款呢，根据他们的这个拆迁的安置对象进行这个平分，他和自己的女儿两个人就要占到拆迁款的50%。
The judge went to inform Huang Tiongui, saying that the demolition money also included his daughter Huang Qiong's name, and she wanted to take back her portion. Hearing that his adopted daughter had taken him to court for the demolition money, Huang Tiongui was even more furious. He never thought that the child he had raised for so many years would one day treat him like this for money. At the same time, Huang Qiong's ex-husband Lu Tao, after hearing of this matter, also submitted a lawsuit to the court. Under the mediation of the judge, Huang Tiongui agreed to take out 150,000 yuan to give to his former son-in-law.
我是看到那个老头真的是太可怜了，他说15万，我15万就15万。
In court, the adoptive father Huang Tiongui did not want to say a single word to the adopted daughter Huang Qiong, while instead it was Huang Qiong who kept playing the emotional card, begging her father for forgiveness.
承认我自己做的这件事做的确实不到位，我向你认错。爸爸说真的，我真的对不起，我做的不对哈，我不应该起罪。确确实实，你养了我们几十年，真的很辛苦。不在乎你怎么看待我，但是我不会说啥子，不去管你，我永远做不到。你永远都是我的老二，永远都是。
Huang Qiong kept begging her father for forgiveness, and said she would take him to live in her new house, and she would also care for him until the end of his life. But the father had already been hurt too deeply by her, and did not want to be entangled with her again. Seeing her father unmoved, Huang Qiong directly knelt down, repeatedly apologizing to her father.
爸，我这地方对你做的，
我不走，
你走，
我不走。
他把我带起来。
In the end, Huang Tiongui still could not bear to completely cut off this father-daughter relationship, and he cried on the spot. Under the judge's persuasion, he agreed to divide 500,000 yuan of the demolition money to his adopted daughter and granddaughter. Huang Qiong was also very satisfied with this result, and this matter came to an end. Finally, we can only hope that Huang Qiong can keep her word, uphold her promise, and take good care of the old man's later years.
Money can bring temporary wealth, but it often also exposes the deepest cracks in human nature. Huang Tiongui worked so hard to raise a daughter with no blood relation, thinking that he would have support in his old age, but what he got in return was coldness and calculation. Huang Qiong was once the child for whom he would sell everything to support through school, but now, just for 1.76 million yuan in demolition money, she pushed their father-daughter relationship into the courtroom. The tearing apart between father and daughter makes people feel sorrowful and even more helpless. Some say a father's love is like a mountain, but even a mountain will be eroded by time. Some say the grace of being raised is greater than the sky, but in front of money, some people choose to forget. In the end, the old father still softened. With tears in his eyes, he divided the money to his daughter and granddaughter. But let us ask, can this 500,000 yuan really compensate for his decades of effort and scars? Can it really make up for all the loneliness and grievances? Compared to money, what he truly wanted was just a daughter's companionship. This matter tells us, once family affection is wrapped up by money, what remains is often only cold numbers. What can truly accompany to the end is not profit, but conscience and gratitude. So what do you think? If you were this adoptive father, would you choose to forgive? If you were this adopted daughter, how would you face your adoptive father? Between family affection and money, which do you think can stand the test more? Welcome to leave your thoughts in the comments. I look forward to hearing your voice. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode.